But it's funny because we're a creative business, and I think in a way our most creative act has been creating Joe Public. I mean, so we're in the business of creating work for our clients, but there's been a lot of creativity in building our agency. And I think more and more I live with this, and we've had it for 17 years, I'm realizing that's the only way to really grow our clients is through fantastic creative output. And that's easier said than done, because to achieve that, it needs to be deeply embedded into everybody within the organization. And then we have to have clients that buy into that notion. And creativity is a bit of an airy-fairy notion. People often live in the world of reasons to believe, get results. But I'm finding more and more that how you do that is through unbelievable creative solutions. I think it also depends how you define creativity. So if you define creativity as an ad, within an ad agency, you've got a problem. But if you define creativity as finding better ways to solve a problem, then everybody can be creative within an organization. And if you say you're striving for great creative output, often you need a lot more creative input to get that creative output. So you need TV producers who can find ways of working within budgets, finding the best people, being passionate about using the best people. You have account managers that can embed this passion for great creative output with their clients. You have clients who understand that. So I suppose, yes, it's about embedding embedding the importance of embracing creativity within all areas of your business if you want to get a creative output. And that is a very tough challenge, even in a creative business. The funny thing is, the best way to get clients to buy great creative and the value of it is to show it to them, is to give them that great creative output. Once again, easier said than done. But I think when you do show it to them and they see it, they embrace it, and then when it makes a big difference to the business, they want more. So I think the simple answer is you've got to give it to them. We've done pieces of work that we believe is great creative. I mean, certainly not all the time, but we've done pieces. Those pieces there's empirical evidence of having shown results. And I think when you can relate those case studies of great creative work in relation to what you're trying to get them to buy into, they're more open to buying it. We're finding that because the economy has become so tough, what's also really interesting to see is the stuff that used to work, the very hardcore reasons to believe, the stuff that didn't maybe connect emotionally or didn't engage or didn't stand out, you could get away with doing that kind of stuff. Now with it becoming super tough out in the environment, we're seeing campaigns we've done before. And we also, we're guilty of having done stuff that maybe wasn't great and highly creative. We've seen that kind of stuff doesn't work, so we're also being forced to think more creatively. And a recent example is one of our clients is Dial Direct. Dial Direct we were doing, very much the expected kind of work in the space of insurance. We weren't seeing a dramatic difference in their business and growth in the business. So we sat back and said, how can we disrupt the category? How can we be more creative? How can we think differently in the space? We came up with a new strategy, we came up with new thinking, new creative, and we launched a campaign, I think in January, about 3-4 months ago. Highly emotive piece of work with a mother and her child, and talking about how precious time is, and how Dial Direct makes insurance simple and easy, how it can make your life simple and easy, you can save time. And that had an amazing response in the market. I think it had a million YouTube views. And I'm not sure if they were organic, but a large percentage of those views were organic. And I know in the first 2 weeks, their numbers in terms of leads doubled.